Well, thanks, Melissa, for joining me. Just wanted to pick your brain a little bit about your usage of Sage Intacct Construction.
Okay.
So first of all, I have a question. Were you deeply into QuickBooks before you moved to Intacct? Did you use it much?
I was not in QuickBooks at all. They wouldn't let me in it
How come?
because they were scared I was going to reorganize and like make things make more sense, which is essentially what I'm helping do now that we're in Sage. And so it's been really interesting to map out cost codes and figure out where things should be going now that we started fresh. And so really working on getting the money to be in the places it should be is what I'm really helping do right now. And so that's been fun. I'm enjoying it.
That's great. You're helping optimize the system.
Yes.
So I am very excited for you guys to continue refining the system because I mean, I talking with Dave, you guys have found quite a bit of efficiency, I think, already.
Yeah.
Tell me something from your perspective. What have you seen as an improvement over, what you were doing before?
So we had some archaic processes that we did just because that they'd always been done that way. And so one, for instance, that we have started to change is invoicing. So we get 50 invoices from a vendor, a supplier, in a day, and we used to manually type them into your QuickBooks. And when I got told that was what I needed to help us with Sage, I was like, heck no, there's got to be a better way. And so we started utilizing the import tool. And we actually have a call in about a half hour with our supplier to see if we can get their online database to integrate with Sage's database so that we can remove me out of that whole process, since it seems like that's a possibility. So just little things as simple as entering invoices is what I have seen the biggest change in time saving so far.
That's awesome. And that's a big deal. I mean, how many invoices are you getting typically?
Materials for us, it's at least 50 a day. So if you don't stay on top of them, it can be burdensome. And it used to take several hours to input invoices. And now I've got my import file nailed down pretty. I'm not getting errors every time I import, which is exciting. And so it's probably gone down to like a 20-30 minute process that from 3 hours a day.
That's incredible. And that's without Sage Intacct paperless or a paperless software that's integrated with it. That's just using Sage Intacct Construction alone. That's awesome.
CSVs are wonderful.
Yeah. Yes. There's lots of areas in the system where you can import in, and glad we could help that in that area for you guys.
Yeah.
So tell me about working with the Bangert team. What was your experience like?
I got brought in when we should have already been way further along in the implementation process. So I had to do a lot of catch up and watch a lot of videos, and got through the videos, and then it was time to go. And it still kind of felt like, what are we doing? What are we getting ourselves into? But then the Bangert team has been so helpful through the whole process. And we really all enjoy the weekly or the daily calls at 2. At first, some of us in the office were like, I don't know how to do this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, get on the 2 o'clock call, get on the 2 o'clock call. And so it's really helpful to get those little tidbits from them, but then also to listen to the other people who are in our shoes or ahead of us or behind us. We just heard someone who was new into the videos and they were checking in on them, and we were all like, oh, that's cute. Like, so it's been, the Bangert team has been so helpful with everything. When we went live with payroll, it was a pretty nerve-wracking part. And Mike was like, I've got the calendar set. I know you guys are going live with payroll. I will be there with you anytime there's an issue. And he surely was. Every time I was like, it's not processing, or there's an error, or there's this. He helped us through it within 5 minutes. So it wasn't days, and we're waiting to pay people. It was things got fixed immediately. So that was really great.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes.